Hi, good afternoon folks. My name's Dave. I'm from What the Fork and I'm here just to explain a few things about a new food ordering platform that's about to be launched. This is Kirsten, our social media officer, who's
Hi.
just joined us, and she's going to ask me some questions so as I can explain the theory of What the Fork to you. So, good afternoon Kirsten.
Hi, David.
Thank you for doing this video with me, and I will
welcome.
let you fire some questions at me, which
Perfect.
hopefully I can answer.
Hopefully. So, first off, if you could just take us back to the beginning of What the Fork, where the idea came from.
Yeah, certainly. So What the Fork was a concept that we came together with myself and my son. We're both the co-founders of it. And it came out of the fact that we had a restaurant owner called Tony, who's our local fish and chip shop, and he was moaning about the amount of money that he was paying to large digital media platforms to receive his orders through. And in fact, what was actually happening was a lot of his loyal customers had now gone onto this platform and they were ordering on this platform, and it was costing him money, and he was fairly upset about it. And so he asked myself and my son Stephen if we could come up with a solution for him, and my son Stephen kindly accepted that and allowed me to spend my pension money trying to create this app for my local chip shop. And that's how it came around. The original name was called Your App Pro, which is still there because we build apps for individual businesses, so we called it Your App for obvious reasons. But that's the basis of the concept.
Okay. So, why is What the Fork different? I mean, why should we order off What the Fork instead of a bigger online platform?
So first of all, let me say this to you, okay? The digital revolution has changed the way that we order food. In my day, my mum and dad used to shout at me to go down to the local chip shop, get the fish and chips, and then bring them back. Now what happens is you guys sit on your phone and you order it, and you either go down and pick it up yourself or you get it delivered. And it has revolutionised the way that we view takeaway food and accessible restaurants, so on and so forth. Now we make access to them. So that's the first thing. It has revolutionised the industry, and that should be recognised. But what basically happens is there's two formats out there. There is a format where you just have a single app, which your shop owner may well already have, and that's just an app that's on the App Store, and that's it's an app, and it's specifically for his shop. Or you have the larger platforms that you see on the TV every night, which are the Deliveroos, the Just Eats, the Uber Eats, and the likes. And that is just one single app as well. But the difference is all the shopkeepers subscribe into it. But it is Just Eat's app or Uber Eats app or the Deliveroo app. It is their app. They control it. The shop owners just subscribe into it. And in fact, they're just subcontractors for that app. If you order food and you're not happy about it, you make your complaint to the app operator, not to the actual shop itself. And they decide what's going to happen. The shopkeeper just fulfills an order. But unfortunately, what happens for the shopkeeper is it costs a great deal of money. So what these large platforms do is they subtract quite a lot of money off of the shop owner. So for instance, if you're taking £10,000 a month through your app, a normal sort of commission base would be about 15%, and that's never ending. So if you're doing £10,000 as a shopkeeper, you're paying one of these large platforms £1,500 of that just to have their app. And indeed, what else happens is if you're having it delivered, it goes up as far as 35 and 40%. So that means for every £10,000 you're spending, your shopkeeper could be paying up to £4,000 in costs to allow him to fulfill your order through that app. With us, we're different. We build the shopkeeper their very own app, and it goes on to the app stores and you can download it. But it's also wrapped inside What the Fork, which is our lifestyle brand, which means it can compete with the big boys, which means that you can order your food and you can go to many different restaurants within the platform, because that's how we drive new business into our clients. But we fix the cost. There's a maximum amount you can pay, and it's a fraction of what you're paying with these big boys. So that is the main difference with us. There are loads of other facilities within the app that make us different. So for instance, the shopkeeper has access to all his own marketing material and his customers. He can see who his top 10 customers are, who his poorest customers are, how much stock he's using. If he wants to change the price of an item, he can do all that. Now, he can do that with some of the big boys as well, but they charge him for doing it. We don't. The shopkeeper has that themselves, and it's built inside of the app and platform we give them, and it's called ProDash.
So, apart from just the app, then, what else do we offer our clients?
So we offer our clients many different things, but from an operational point of view, one of the things that we do that is vastly different from everybody else is we have a system called ProDave that goes with the app. Now it's called ProDave, I'm called Dave, and the reason it's called ProDave is because everybody seems to think I'm a bit of a control freak. And you can see Kirsten smiling there because she's been here a week and she can see it herself, and I have a wife next door. If you ask, she'll say, oh yes, he's definitely a control freak. So what happened is they built this system that basically if you send an order and there's a problem and it doesn't get through to the shop, we can see live time that you've sent that order. We will then phone the shop after a space of time and say, you have this order on your system, can you fulfill it, or is there a problem? Sometimes there is a problem, that's just the way life is. And if there is a problem, we will then come back to you and tell you that it can't be fulfilled and apologise for that. That'll either happen by an email or a telephone call, but we have the system, so live time, we can see every order that's going through. And that's not an additional cost or an added extra, that's something that we do because we want to have the best experience for both our client and their consumers, which is you. And it just gives peace of mind to our clients to know that there's somebody watching the digital app while it's operating. That's one of the big differences for what we do, and from a delivery point to our end users, which is obviously the takeaway shops, and then you're their consumer.
So can you tell us when What the Fork app will be launching?
So What the Fork will be launching somewhere in the region of late December to mid to late December. And we're about 3/4 of the way through it. It's been great fun trying to build it. It's been very complex trying to build it. But you can go onto What the platform now. It's just on a web base. It's whatthefork.co.uk, and you'll be able to see all the local restaurants in your area that actually have it. But our launch date itself is somewhere between mid to late December, and we'll be launching the platform out for everybody.
Fabulous. So when What the Fork app will be launched, how will people know if their local takeaways are involved?
So it'll be very simple. Like I said to you, you'll be able to go into whatthefork.co.uk and you'll see what shops have already got it. The other shops that are going to be involved is you will start to see this logo everywhere inside your takeaways. And if they have this logo inside the shop or on their door, they have What the Fork. And you'll be able to go into that platform and either download their app or in fact just order on that platform with your local shop for what you're doing. One of the things that I should tell you about What the Fork is that we're a socially responsible company. And we like to think that we care about what's actually going on. And on the platform, you'll see many different things happening. So we'll sometimes post some news content that's relevant of today. I promise you we'll not do anything on Brexit, but other relevant stories. And we'll ask you for your comment. We won't pass comment because we're not here to pass comment. We're interested in your comments. And we hope that some people put a bit of fun into it as well, because life is too short and life can be too serious. Life is for a laugh. Having said that, there is a serious side to us as well. We are a socially responsible company. We have a family charity. We are a family-run business. We have a charity called the Cookie Jar Foundation. Unfortunately, our youngest son passed away through illness and we named this charity after him. And with our charity, what will happen is What the Fork will make a small donation every time you use the app into the charity. And in fact, we'll ask you to make a small donation if you wish, but it's not compulsory. You don't have to. But the point being is every penny that's raised will be spent in the community that it's raised in. And because of the way digital systems work these days, we can see where the money comes from. And if you go on and have a look at the charity, you'll see what we've done already. Where we collect the money, we spend the money. So it stays within your community. And that's one of the socially responsible things that we would like to do, just to give a little bit back.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, David, for giving us all that information. I don't know about you guys, but that's helped me out a lot. We're really excited to see what's up and coming. In the meantime, make sure to follow us on all our social media channels, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, get involved with what we're doing. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video.
And like Kirsten just said, hopefully you follow us on all our social media channels. We should be quite easy to be looked out for with a name like What the Fork. You can imagine some of the fun that's going to be had. So you have a good day and thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.